In this video, we're going to go through the basics of Instagram and how you can use them as an artist, producer, and DJ. Let's jump in. Hey, it's Graham Farmer from Data Transmission, and today we are looking at the basics of Instagram and the platform. One of the things that's come out of my Boost Artist Blueprint course is there are a lot of DJs and producers that really struggle with the platform as a whole, let alone all the advanced features. And it's part of my course in the first run, and I thought I'd share it with you now. In the video, we look at things like just the real basics of posting, albums, carousels, saves, stories, reels, you name it. We go through each of the features, and it's really like an Instagram 101 for artists and producers. We talk about how their uses and some of their benefits for artists and how you might use them as a DJ. So if this is for you, get in and watch the whole thing because it's packed full of information for you. And on my Boost Artist Blueprint, we are signing up people this week for the second run, which is going to start next week. We've got 5 spaces left, and if you're needed with getting music signed, helping get your records out there, helping get your music heard, streaming, social media, running Facebook ads, running Instagram ads, Spotify, pitching for gigs, and everything around once you finish that record, then this is the course for you. And if there's a link below, just sign up for a discovery call this week, and let's me and you have a chat and see if it's right for you, and I can give you more information about it. So let's jump in and learn about Instagram. Let's go.
This is your feed, basics, and this is your own personal feed. Your bio, which is this area at the top here, where it's sort of my DJ coach. This is quite valuable real estate space, and kind of getting this looking cool can actually help you grow your channel. If you're putting in there like a hashtags in there, for instance, if you're a drum and bass DJ, putting in drum and bass, your link in bio, which is this where it says my link tree / Graham Farmer. That's one of the only ways, unless you've got over 10,000 followers, to link out of Instagram. And you edit that in your profile, and you have your link, your website there. What I've done is I use a system called Linktree, which is really good. And it basically, when you tap on it, it gives you a little menu. So you can have multiple things on your link in bio. And I find it so useful. So then when I do a post, I might say, oh, hang on. For more information, go to your link in bio. Like if you're selling a track, go to link. I sometimes also, you may have noticed it. I'll say to people, if you comment, then I'll DM you the link, because for me, I find it much better for that engagement with anyone that's commenting to go and DM them, because I know that that's me being more personal with them. I know it's me kind of speaking to them more and more. So it's kind of building that relationship with the person who has asked for the link. And it's just a much nicer kind of interaction. Things to kind of notice across this bar here, this is your feed. And then you've got this tabs here. So these are these are Instagram Reels. These are Instagram IGTV. This is a new thing called Guides, which they've only just released. And this is kind of people that have tagged you. Also, these spots are very useful. These are like your story highlights, and you can kind of build these out into, like, maybe you might have ones for just your other social media. I've seen people do that, where they'll just have a story highlight that's just one story that says Twitter, Spotify, and it's either got the swipe up if you've got swipe up, or it's kind of got, go to / something to highlight other socials. Or like if you've done a big gig, or if you've got a release, maybe you might put the release in there just to kind of give it some more prominence on your page. DMs are obviously useful. Great way to kind of network. I use them lots. There's a load of you in there. Again, you can just kind of go to people. So let's just scroll. I might go to Frankie, and I'll just hit message, and then I can DM that person. What does work really well and helps you get more reach on your stories is sending voice notes. So I sometimes will do a bit of a kind of good for fan growth is I'll kind of go a bit of a follower, and I'll just scroll and then pick people at random and send them little voice notes just as a kind of, hi, how you doing? Have a nice day sort of thing. Just to be a bit more kind of interactive with growing a fan base. Right, hashtags and engagement. So when you post, obviously everyone knows you can use hashtags. You can use 30. For me, I try and use as many as possible, and I try to have my own hashtags that I develop, because people can follow those hashtags. So obviously, for me, as you can see, I always post my hashtags in the first comment. I'll do the post, and then on my phone, in my notes, I have basically a note that has a load of stuff in it. Like, you can see, this is like, I put this on my post today. So this is stuff I've used regularly. For data transmission, I have this. Like, for different channels, for nude, I have this one. I have these kind of bits that I'll copy and paste that I'll just makes things quicker. And I'll have like different sets of hashtags for different types of music that I might post, or techno stuff, or when I went to ADE, I have a different ones for ADE, or motivational posts, producer posts. And I kind of have this massive long list of hashtags that I've kind of built up over a long time. I tend to use somewhere between 20 and 30. I don't always go up to 30. I just kind of use a little bit less, because I'm always a bit worried that if someone comments with a hashtag that's not one of your original ones, which sometimes people do, that then pushes it over 30 and damages it. So I kind of leave that little bit of room that, just in case, But what I'll do is I'll post, and then literally within a second, I'll go and copy and paste the hashtag straight into the post. One thing you can do is you can view your insights of posts, and in your insights, it actually tells you down here, down here, how much reach you're getting from your hashtags and how many impressions you're getting from your hashtag. And you can see how valuable they are. This one's obviously very new, this post. It's a bit too early. So I might go into one from yesterday, and you can see here, this one didn't do very well at all. It did the rubbish hashtags, because I was being a bit lazy. So yeah, hashtags are a hard one. Like, the big problems with most people is they go too big. They'll choose house, like I said, house, and it's not, it's just pictures of houses. They'll choose like stupid, like festivals, for instance. How many posts are in there? Like 2.7 million. Unless you've got a massive account, you're just not going to feature in that, Every post, everybody needs engagement, whether it's you, whether it's a label you're trying to get on. The posts get more reach by the more engagements they have on a post. So an engagement is a like, a save, a share, or a comment. The best two are, like I said, we spoke about earlier, are saves and shares. They're really going to help that post get bigger. The next ones are obviously comments, and actually likes are the last one. So what we've got here is I've got a post that's got loads of comments, and these, as you can see here, these ones have got these are comments, all of them. But so it says it's got what? So it says it's got 38 comments on there. I can make that more, because by me replying, that's another engagement. So this is a comment, is an engagement. Me replying is an engagement. If Simona had replied again, another engagement. Me reply again, another engagement. So kind of trying to open up conversations within your comments will help your posts grow. Similarly, if someone starts, if people start having a slagging match with two people and they're having an argument in your comments, amazing, because your post is going to get all this reach. I always think, like, if you see a post and you don't agree with something on social media, the best thing to do is literally not comment on it and just go, what an idiot, because that comment post is not getting any reach, because it's not getting any comments and it's not getting any fuel, and it actually becomes, then it disappears. So like here, look, all these people have commented, funny. I could reply to all of these, and that then gives this post more engagement, which will then give it more reach, more views, possibly more comments, possibly more, it gets even further in hashtags and kind of grows a bit more, Obviously with Instagram, you can post pictures, for videos, images, and and it's better to post a portrait like Saffron's done here, that's taller rather than the taller rather than wider. Because when I'm scrolling, look, if I scroll, Saffron is now, because that's the biggest width there is, she's now taken up that whole of that space, and I'm not going to think what's that next post because I'm already looking at her post and I'm engaging with her post. And if I'm like there, I'm already reading her thing. I've kind of into this post, and that's why it's getting so much reach. Whereas some people will use like a really skinny kind of, like this one's a thinner image. Look, for instance, Jimmy, and I'm already kind of seeing the one below it, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what that. My brain's already going, I wonder what that is, and I'm already kind of scrolling past it, so it might not get as much reach. It's not always about putting a post up. Sometimes it is about that 20 minutes that day is you going and commenting on loads of stuff, because that's going to help you grow and that's going to help your networking. Maybe the next day is the post. So it's not about trying to post every day and be on it with a post every day. I would rather you have better quality posts and you spend a bit more time on it. And then in other days, maybe it's you do some stories. Maybe it's you spend some time doing commenting. Maybe it's the time you do a reel because you've thought about it a lot and you kind of thought about an idea. Maybe it's, you go live. So it's kind of mixing up them, and therefore not stressing yourself out too much. Like if you can't think of a post, spend that time going and commenting, because it's just as beneficial. One thing I always try and do is I always try and go, would I engage with that? When I'm trying to put a post up, would I engage with it? And how would I engage with that post? Like, if it's a question, obviously it's going to be that's going to open engagement. Some of the other ones, sometimes I post stuff and think, why has it not got any? Why didn't that got any feedback? And I'm like, I then go back and ask myself, well, what would I have commented on that post if I saw it and I was scrolling? And sometimes it's like I probably wouldn't have put anything because it's just me advertising stuff, or it might have just been an emoji, or it might have just been like cool, So just going back and kind of self-analyzing your posts, just to say, what would I have commented if I'd just been scrolling on it? And that definitely helps the next time you think a post, IGTV, like I said earlier, it's long form video. So again, you can select these from your phone, and it's anything over a minute or anything over about 59 seconds, to be fair. So you can choose like longer videos, you can choose like promo stuff, you can choose like, obviously I've done like, for myself, I've done like longer form, interviews I would put on there. That's what that's good for. I wouldn't go over like 7 or 8 minutes. I've seen people put whole hour-long videos on their live stream on an IGTV, or an hour-long on IGTV. And again, back to the previous point, would you sit there and watch an hour-long live stream, watch back an hour-long live stream on your phone on Instagram, or would you just kind of watch for a few minutes and then scroll? The answer is obviously you just scroll. So in this top corner, there's I can't see. There's a little plus button, and it comes up with this little menu here, and there's IGTV. The next big thing, Instagram wise, is a thing called Reels. It's basically, if you look, it's so important now on Instagram. They've given it a button right down the bottom on the main thing. When platforms release new features, literally use them the minute they come out, because they reward you with extra reach because they want people to use it. And the more you jump on it earlier, the more you benefit. Basically, this other app called TikTok came out. I'm sure you've heard of it. Reels is basically Instagram's version of TikTok. It's not as good as TikTok, but it's basically allows you to hit all your Instagram followers. So it's kind of cool, So go into Reels, and Reels is basically 15, 30-second videos. If I go to my Reels here, and I can choose the length here, I tend to go for 30 seconds. I can add audio. And again, this comes from the distributor. So again, let's get Sam The good thing with Reels is so I can record and I can stop, and then I can maybe do something different, and I can record and stop, and I can basically make a kind of video, which I can then play back. See, and I kind of build up this video of in the reel. This is what I did earlier. All I did was I made a video, a 5-second video in Canva. I put it into this app called Glitch, and basically made a couple of different copies of it. So I've now got these 3 videos on my phone. So I went into Reels, and literally all I did was like, right, they're 5 seconds long each. So I'm going to choose that one, and you can see it's kind of put one in. I added it. I choose the next one. Again, I just choose add, and I choose the next one. I'll just do a 15-second one. And now I've got these 3 things, and I just chose the audio, found a track that was right for that kind of this reel, the one that Fatima Hadji track, and just kind of put it out there, just see what happens. Reels are really good. Yes, you can do the video outside. Yes, you can kind of film stuff in beforehand and just drop them in. Or you can use stuff that's kind of like your promotion stuff that you might have been given from a label to put in there. And yes, you can link it once the track's out on the distributors. You can put it on. You can link it that way. With Reels, because they're quite brand new, and again, there's not as many people using them as normal posts. You can actually go a bit bigger with your hashtags. Those ones where you might be like, say, for instance, if you're a tech house DJ, tech house is a big old hashtag that many people have used. You put it on a normal post, you don't get much reach from it. You put it on a reel, because there's less competition for tech house reels, you might get more reach on it, and again, what I do is, I just put them in the comments. That's kind of reels. Definitely one thing that Instagram has said recently is that you need to be doing at least one a week. Otherwise you are affecting your reach in a negative way. That's how much they're trying to push them. So another app I use quite a lot is an app called Repost. For those that don't know. So basically Repost allows you to grab kind of other people's posts. So like I can go to so I might want to use this one. I can basically click on these 3 dots, copy the link, go to my Repost app, and it basically is going to give me this post. There we go. Oh, this post, maybe. Let's try again. Sometimes it's a bit slow. Sometimes it doesn't work, but sometimes there it goes. There it is. So then I can basically, I don't like this kind of thing here where it says digital DJ tips, but some people do. I just use a blank one, and I can then basically click repost, and I can copy it, got it, and it basically puts it on my Instagram. And I can even use the same caption if I paste it, and it'll give me a repost. That's really useful if you're liking a certain piece of music, or you're liking, you want to grab a video that someone's used that's like maybe there's a certain video that's kicking off across the internet, and maybe you want to grab the video, download it, and then put your own track on it instead of the one that's being played on it, and then reuse that piece of content but with your own music on it, because that video's already got some reach. You'll see videos that kind of all of a sudden every fucker's posting it because it's just either funny or it's culturally whatever, it's right at the time, or it's just one of those videos that pop off. It's such easy content that you just like, right, I'm going to grab it, I'm going to repost that video, grab it onto my phone. Then for me, what I would do is because I'm iPhone Mac, I would airdrop the video from my Mac from my phone to my Mac, open up iMovie, stick my track on it, save it, airdrop it back to my phone, and then post it as my own video. But it's the same people dancing, but with my own track on it. Stories. So if you go to, this is obviously on your feed, if you swipe to the right, then you have access to this other menu of where you'll get stories. Hi, this is me on a story, which you can then obviously record. take pictures. Stories have got loads of stuff, and stories are really, really valuable with Instagram right now because it's kind of 24. They stay for 24 hours. You can really build engagement on it, and Instagram's really pushing stories and also reels. Like I'll do a mix of stories, and the good things with stories is like you've seen. So you can do stuff where you just type a question. Um, so I'll do a question, and then you can kind of edit the text by tapping on things. You can swipe this way to choose different fonts. I have a couple that I like, and I kind of use the same ones all the time. I think I like that one a lot, and I use this one a lot, but that's just my personal preference. Um, and what I can do with my story, so I can do that with my stories. And if you see down the bottom here, the first one goes to the world to stories, but I also use this thing called close friends. What you do is so I'll put this in my close friends and it'll come up with a little green circle, and that basically only goes to the people that I've chosen to be in those friends. So what we do is like if I go to this guy, Toucan, I'm following him, but if I tap on following, I can add him to my close friends. I think it's quite a nice way to have like a little kind of secret fan base within your Instagram, you know? Stories obviously appear across the top here. And this is also when you have your lives. So you'll see lives in here. Also, what a good thing on stories is you can use these things called stickers. So stickers are things like this where you have polls. Click on this button here, sorry, at the top. And they have all these other stickers. So like these are good ones, questions, polls. This kind of slidery one's quite good. You might have seen the countdown when I used it the other day. Countdowns are great if you're doing like an announcement or a live stream or a something, because what you can do is I can say, like I can set one up for, look, here we do this like this, week 2. And then what I can do is I can set the date. So the date will be the 9th, and I can choose a time. So which would be 8 o'clock. So then that's basically our week 2. And you can change the colors. You can add like backgrounds to it, or I could have added a like last time I had a picture and I put the sticker over the top. I might just redo it because it's quite cool. So I might add, like I have loads of pictures in here, and I make these again in Canva. So then I would do countdown week 2. As you can see, we said the 9th, didn't we? 8. So then that basically makes I quite like that white one. That was quite cool. It fit quite well. I can put that like that and move it around. I can make it bigger. I can make it smaller by just sort of squeezing it with my fingers. And that then becomes my countdown. And I can push that to you guys. I go into it. Basically becomes this countdown. And what the good thing with countdowns, let's just go back to it. If you press on stories, by the way, you can hold them and not make them so you can't jump. They don't jump forward, so you can keep on them. Look, you can actually. It comes up with a date and it comes up with a time, and you will get the same little thing, and you can basically subscribe to that countdown. So therefore, like if you were announcing your new track or you're announcing an event, your fans essentially might subscribe to the countdown. The other good thing is that countdown then stays valid. So tomorrow, obviously, this story is going to disappear, but I could then run the same image and then attach the same countdown, which was already counting down, which already had followers on it, to again and again. Basically, it continues for the next 4 or 5 days. Which then would you then build followers up on that countdown, and then once it runs out, it will notify anyone that's following that countdown. Remember this event that you signed up for is happening. And it's a really nice way to kind of interactively keep up with your fans. The other thing with stickers to note is that sometimes Instagram will do like special ones for events or certain times of the year, and it'll just appear for a short period of time. Get involved in using that sticker if it's relevant to you, because it basically puts you into a special story with that sticker, and it kind of gives you a load of reach that you might not have had. One of the big things for reach right now, and you'll notice that I've started doing it on my posts, is you'll see down the bottom here is your share and the save. So, right, so this paper airplane thing and this side is saved. The best thing for posts right now to help you get reach is get people saving them by clicking that bottom one, and they save them to a collection. So I'll put it in there, and sharing them. They can share them to their stories and post them to their stories, and that gets it even more reach. So I can post it to my stories. So yeah, so where you can see, like, I've been putting on my posts, share here, which is lines up with there, and save this. I've kind of been trying to prompt people to do that action. Also on data transmissions page, like my music posts, I'll then put in the text here, prompting again to save it, because saves really help a post to reach. One thing you've always got to remember about any social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, but especially Instagram, is the platform wants you to keep people on the app as much as possible. And the more you keep them on the app, the more reach you get for your posts, and then therefore the more engagement you get, the more kind of, responses you get, and the more reach you get. So if you are putting up, what you can do, which is really useful, is like these, where you can put swipes. This is what's known as a carousel. And basically, when you upload to Instagram, I choose Instagram. So you see this button here, this one which got a thing. Click on that, and what I'll do is I might choose one, and I'll tap this little button here, and I can do two, and I'll choose. I'll just find another video. 3, and 4, 5, and you can have 10 of those on one post, basically. And then I'll put my caption in. And I might, in this caption, what I might do is I might say my top tracks of the week as a post, and then I'll do 1 and tag the artist, 2, tag the artist, 3, tag the artist, 4, tag the artist, because essentially all those artists might see your selections. All of them might comment. All of them might say thank you. Some of them might share that to their stories, which gets even more reach, and it becomes a nice little kind of piece of content for you as an artist.
Thanks for watching. I hope you found it useful. Put your biggest takeaway below. Is there something what you've learnt from the video? I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget, we're signing up with people this week for the second run of my Boost Artist Blueprint course. If you need help with social media, Spotify, SoundCloud, getting music signed and all the strategy around music signing, and a lot more, jump in and pick, like I said, the link below to sign up for a discovery call. And I'll see some of you this week for calls. It'd be amazing to speak to some of you. And I'll see you again in the next video. Cheers, bye.